afterthought wave that a wave 5 is. Different phenomena. Looks like it's still going, but that's just noticing what we have.
Hi, Scott.
Hi.
Yeah, I was thinking the same on those indexes. They kind of look like, I mean, maybe they just corrected to the last little move down, but longer term they seem pretty solid.
I just noticed this S&P also. That's a tiny little correction, like it's just waiting to go down.
I always look at the European indexes at this time as well. They kind of, I think they're the ones that kind of do the driving, like the London one, and that was definitely much stronger down. The German and the Euro stock. I think they seem to drive the direction at this time of day.
Here's the Euro 50 futures.
That's the one. Yeah. Okay, that'll be it.
And there's the VIXs on there too. Oh wow! We all had a big drop.
It looks like it's not been updated. What's it look like on the 4 hourly?
This is the 4 hour.
What am I looking on?
There changes the angle there.
I was looking on the 2 hourly. 1 hourly would do. Okay, there you go. So yeah, you can see that that's kind of is a wave 3. Go down to 1 hour. Wave 3 of something, because that's still running. You know, there's a 1, 2. Yeah. So it's got further to go down. That's got to make a 4 and a 5. Whereas the
definite similarity with all of them, the S&P and the Euro.
But with the S&P, you could think that is it a C wave coming to an end, or it kind of looks like it's not as obvious that it's going to continue going down, other than, well, CTI is pretty.
You got a period of time that we kind of narrow down somewhere in that range of time. It's probably going to be in there ready to turn. For the 24, maybe by the 19th or 20th, just an approximate guess.
Well, that's next week. On the DXY, well, I guess it could drag out a little bit more, but I mean, originally I think I had Monday or Tuesday's news in as a possibility, but then it suddenly got, well, we ended up deciding that actually it was going to be to turn the other way, which it was after a little bit of confusing volatility. It actually started the leg up, wasn't it, for the C of E? I mean, I'm still kind of looking at the pound Swiss, and I mean, I think this is a C wave down on the. Well, I think it made that turn on the monthly. I'm absolutely convinced of that, just because of the pattern being so clear and those 5-wave patterns happening. And I think we're now correcting. I think the next long on the pound Swiss at the end of this C wave, which is kind of on the 8 hour, I think is a really exciting opportunity for a long. The return of the pound.
Yeah, it may make a big comeback.
I mean, there's no panic yet, because it's like in a wave 3 of 3 or 3 of C at the moment. I don't even know where the ABC is, because I kind of possibly had it earlier on, but that's a bit dangerous to think it there. I think that one has to assume that it's from the top, the very top, and we had the A down.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered whether that was an irregular A there and then a B, in which case we're in the 1, 2. But I think that's the safer call, what you've just put there.
Or this is an ABC, is possibly, or that this is the 5.
Yeah. And that does change it, because if that's it, then we've had the 1, 2. We're still in the 3 of C, and we've got like a. In fact, we're probably in the 3 of C, as opposed to the 3 of C. But I think we'll just see how it pans out. I mean, either way, we've got like if that is looking at like that, if where your B is actually the 5, then we've still got time to work out what it's doing.
Yeah, I guess it'd just be the end of an A instead of the end of a C.
Well, I think maybe the A has already then happened, just that candle below your B, and then
A, B. Oh, yeah, that's another way of doing it, where A, B, 1, 2, 3, 5 of C.
Exactly, and that kind of changes how we're then looking at it, because that means it is going to happen a bit quicker, because what we're thinking is the whole of the C actually is, we're. See what I mean? You kind of like
too many big subdivisions for that to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 of C. There'd be another 4 and 5 of C. After the 4 and the 5.
Exactly. So I think I'm going to assume this setup, and then when you drill into that, say on the 4 hour, we then go, okay, well, we're still some way away, because we're still in the 3 of C, and that's got to end. And I think that's what's happening now. I think we're in the 4 of C. And maybe the 5 going down is going to be an interesting short opportunity. Possibly.
Yeah, that makes the most sense right there. And I think that'd be the preferred. There could still be a couple of alternatives, but this is going to be the A. Well, that's not quite the normal shape, but I could accept that's A, B, 1, 2, 3, C. Now we're making a 4 of C.
The decision will come when we get the 5 down of C, and then it's like, okay, I think we're just going to have to regard that as the long opportunity, and then just watch it carefully in case it turns out that the whole thing is kind of like one cycle over, and we've got another 4 and 5 to go.
Oh yeah, that's always possible in this business.
Kind of got to go with the early opportunity in situations like this, to go, okay, well, I'm going to assume that it is the C that's going to come to an end, and not the 3 of C type of thing, and get long. Especially if, I want to see it get to the 38 as well, which isn't that far away.
Kind of nice how we can kind of tell those things. Like, this is going to be a 3, most likely a 3 of C, but because of this compress twice, tell that you just need to adjust it to a longer time frame if you wanted to see a smooth cycle, and when you get this turn, but that's not likely to be a good entry. Now the next turn, when you get this 4 and a 5, could be a good entry. Might be the end of the C.
I mean, the other kind of element in this is the euro pound, which is actually a bit clearer. We know that, in fact, we know the euro pound is a 3 of something. We know it's going to, but it's got its own kind of weird kind of thing as well, which I guess is actually, we are looking at the pound Swiss in reverse. So I was pretty of the view that was an A on the euro pound way back when, but I just called that something different on the pound Swiss. Yeah, I mean, there's options. So like where you got that diagonal trend line coming down, I kind of got that as the A originally, and it's the same problem in reverse. It's just like what are we calling the A, and therefore where are we in the C? And I just hope that we will it'll start to kind of look a bit clearer as this C pans out a bit, which we know it's got to do. It's not like I'm losing any sleep over it at the moment, but there's going to come a time where you have to make. I mean, that looks like a.
I like this euro pound to be broken down like this.
Okay.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that. Okay. Actually, I hadn't looked at it like that.
Well, that won't.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay.
That wouldn't work out for the 3 of C theory.
Well, I think we're in the you got the 1, the B there, and then we're in the 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
The B should still be just one wave right there, A.
Yeah.
Because it would be fine for that to be A, B, C over here. Then that messes up this 1, 2, 3.
That's what we're in.
Still looks like a 3 no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. It's got some way. The euro pound has got some way to go to get to the 38. I mean, it's 140 pips at the moment. Maybe it's not. I mean, it's
okay.
The 23.
It's right here, A, B, C, and B, 1, 2.
Yeah.
It still works out.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. It's just got a little bit further to go. Then the pound Swiss is already halfway between the 23 and the 38, whereas the euro pound is not even past the 23 yet. So, but we're expecting some euro. We're expecting potentially the euro to be driving. The euro could be driving the dollar move as well tomorrow, perhaps. So we could see the euro put on some, have some strength. It could be that the euro pound outperforms the pound Swiss. In fact, I think the euro pound is probably my favoured option for a long. If I was going to trade the 5, the 5 of C, I think the euro pound is looking a little bit better than the pound Swiss. I don't really want to trade against the Swiss either. I just kind of feel that there's something bubbling there. I don't really want to be.
Oh, with that Swiss National Bank threat.
I mean, at the end of the day, if there is some intervention going on and the markets kind of win that battle, it's just going to drop. And
if you just take that out of the picture because there is a threat, it's safer to leave that one out. Huh?
Yeah. So I'm happy to trade basically long Swiss. So short the pound Swiss, or maybe short pound US Swiss as well. Yeah, that was on my list.
Maybe that's why those things come out kind of like rumors, because they don't want to spook the market the way they did last time. That was just disastrous.
Yeah.
You can see that they must be doing something to hold it there, because it's going flat. And then what happened last time is they decided to remove the floor, and then that's when all hell broke loose.
I mean, it shows up mostly on the Euro Swiss. And just because it's got obvious places where it just seems to be kind of like, it's like someone's been told, don't let it get below here.
I get the same thing coming back. I can recognize this thing from before. So I hope it doesn't keep going like that.
Yeah. But the only thing on the flip side is that I kind of feel that the Euro Swiss, it is kind of making a wave 5 on the daily. It's kind of like a 5 of 5. I would not trade this long because of all the reasons we talked about,
But this looks pretty promising, this ending diagonal thing going on here. Coming back to the same low.
I know.
Swiss National Bank holding it there.
And maybe it is gonna hold, and then the euro is gonna go up, which we kind of But in the bigger picture, that's still 3 on the weekly.
Something may be about to happen with this Euro Swiss.
Yeah. I just, I mean, if it was any other pair, I'd be like, oh, that's looking like a potential for a long. But I just, no way.
Never been. I almost never trade this, but it's just because of that habit from the past when it was in pegged, forever. There's a long period of time here.
There's a lot of people were trading just purely off the peg, and that was their strategy. I know a guy who's they just wait for it to get down, know that the intervention would come in, and obviously, eventually, he got caught.
Oh, the big disaster day. Fortunately, I was not affected by that. So that's a good thing to be aware of, because now I can't remember if at this point, that's 2014, I think, was that the point where brokers went out of business and Alpari driven out of business?
That's it, yeah. And
40 months or so. So almost 4 years, right? So 4 years of watching charts can develop a permanent habit. Let's don't trend. For a long time, it was just like the pound Swiss was pretty flat for a long time, and the Euro Swiss. So even after it came back and started to form a recognizable pattern over here, it's pretty clear, but never felt the same.
Kind of looks like it's, I don't know what it's doing longer term. That segment's kind of come to an end, which is either Swiss weakness or Euro strength. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be Euro strength. Well, actually, no. Well, it could be Swiss weakness because I'm kind of expecting the pound Swiss to go up. Euro Swiss and the pound Swiss are kind of saying the same thing. I mean, I believe the pound Swiss has bottomed out when we, a couple of months ago, or whatever, and ultimately we're waiting for the long. Once this sea wave comes to an end, and actually that would tie in very well with the Euro Swiss.
So it's this 105 area.
Yeah. That's as well. Someone defending the 105 area. I think like the SMB.
Once it takes off, there's probably no more threat.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Covering the pound and the Swiss pairs there. But